Whisky Cat worldwide, Deanston say it Deanston, where the lowlands end and the highlands begin.
By the river Tafe, the memory of a cotton mill, a soul reborn, the tale of the southern door. Yeah, an old cotton mill that spun a different dream. The bricks that wove the cotton now cradle the casks. Temperature and humidity built just right. A vessel born and waiting for the whiskey age. 1965, from thread to spirit, a rebirth. Industrial heritage rising as a distillery. The Trossachs roll wide where Rob Roy once ran. The outlaws forest filling with the scent of malt. Deanston, the gateway opens, river by its side. By the water's edge, the doorway to the north. Honey and beeswax, mellow in the glass. The journey begins where the river sings. Yeah, two hydro turbines spinning on the Tafe, a small dam upstream. Every watt their own, self-sufficient, living with the river, asking nothing of the world. The river is enough. A vintage cast iron mash tun, open style, plow and rake turning, a rare old sight. One batch, 10.5 tons of malt, 4 stills breathing slowly through the night. Non-chill filtered, natural color, honest to the core. No mask, no makeup, amber as it is. Plain spoken honesty, that is Deanston's way. The straight talking spirit of the Highland line. Deanston, the gateway opens, river by its side. By the water's edge, the doorway to the north. Years old, the first door in, honey and malt, a ginger afterglow, creamy and gentle, the Highland overture. The shoulders drop easy at the first warm sip. 18 years, amber running deep, beeswax and dried fruits, a long slow fade. Virgin oak, a young adventure, spice and vanilla, tradition and challenge carried hand in hand. The angels share, the silver screen came here. The cameras rolled where the cast lies still. The red brick glows in the evening sun. The spinning mill remembered in the amber light. Deanston, the gateway opens, river by its side. By the water's edge, the doorway to the north. Honey and beeswax, mellow in the glass. The journey begins where the river sings. Deanston, honest and mellow, the southern door where the hydro lamps glow. The casks breathe tonight.
The Whisky Cat worldwide keeps the story turning.
The tale of Deanston, forever the spirit lives on. Whisky Cat worldwide, Glenturret, say it, Glenturret. The oldest working distillery in all of Scotland, on the edge of Crieff, the oldest door of all. 1763, where the story begins. Yeah. Yeah. 250 years keeping the fire alive. Wooden paddle stirring in the craftsman's days. 20k west of Perth, the hill town of Crieff, the hometown of the star who played Obi-Wan. Glenturret, the oldest guardian of the Glen. Towser, the cat with the world record. Sweet malt and nuts, time asleep in the glass. The cat who kept the grain in the cask. One batch, 2 tons of malt, a handmade scale. 340,000 liters a year, humble and proud. 8 washbacks of Douglas fir, breathing slow. 2 stills only, 1 wash, 1 spirit. A legend lived here, her name was Towser, a tortoise, a shell lady with eyes of green. 28, 89, 9 mice, a world record in whiskers. A lifetime spent guarding the granary floor. Glenturret, the oldest guardian of the Glen. Towser, the cat with the world record. Yeah. crested blend, the quiet spirit behind a famous name. 2002, pilgrims came through the visited doors, the spiritual home with the open gate. 2019, a French crystal house turned the page, a master of famous malts came to refine the craft. From now on single malts and out to the world, a starred restaurant where the dram meets the dish. First the standard honey and cereal, a morning field, toasted nuts and a whisper of smoke. Clean and unadorned, the oldest one smile, small batch warmth in every honest pour. Glenturret, the oldest guardian of the glen. Towser, the cat with the world record, sweet malt and nuts, time asleep in the glass. The cat who kept the grain and the casks. Glenturret, the guardian beyond time. In the oldest cellar, the handmade treasure sleeps. Whisky Cat worldwide keeps the story turning. The tale of Glenturret forever. The spirit lives on. Whisky Cat worldwide. Whisky Cat worldwide, Aberfeldy, say it Aberfeldy. Upper waters of the Tay, the heart of Tayside, a golden story carried in by rail, the honeyed heart of the Highland line. 1896, John Dewar and Sons came home. The founder's village, the family ground, by the clear Piddly burn, beside the old ruins, the Gaelic name, the mouth of the Peely. Aberfeldy, the golden nectar of the Tay, heather honey, a smooth and mellow tune. Red squirrels watching from the forest behind, a taste of sunlight resting in the glass. Yeah, they laid a railway from the village to Perth, barley in casks, riding out on the rails. The locomotive still dreams on the grounds, whistling softly of the golden years. One batch, 7.5 tons of malt, large washbacks, 8 and stainless 2. 4 straight head stills, honest and true, a steady old heart beating by the Tay. Aberfeldy, the golden nectar of the Tay, heather honey, a smooth and mellow tune. The sweet core beating in the Dewar's blend. You've tasted it before without knowing the name. Bacardi polish, the visitor experience, the world of whiskey opening its doors. A red squirrel rides on every cap. The forest neighbors became the crest. The woods behind keep watch on the still small guardians of the golden glen. 12 years old, honey, heather and pear. 16 deep, a gold spice and orange peel. 21, the golden dram, thick honey and leather. Time giving elegance in every drop. Aberfeldy, the golden nectar of the Tay, heather honey, a smooth and mellow tune. Red squirrels watching from the forest behind, a taste of sunlight resting in the glass. Aberfeldy, the golden traveler of Tayside, where the locomotive sleeps, the barley breeds today. Whisky Cat worldwide keeps the story turning. The tale of Aberfeldy forever. The spirit lives on. Whisky Cat worldwide, Edradour, say it Edradour. A little east of Pitlochry town, Edred stream, the name and the source. A gem you could hold in the palm of your hand. Tay 1825, farmers lit a little dream on a cornfield leased from the Duke of Athol. A farm distillery raised by working hands, the smallest flame in the Highland line. Edradour, the little gem of the Highlands, a thick sweetness drifting by the stream. Cream and sherry, dried fruits in the light, a treasure sparkling small inside the glass. Spring water down from Benvrackie, one batch, just over a single ton of malt. An open mash tun with plow and rake, Oregon pine washbacks. The breathing wood, a Morton cooler resting by the wall. No electricity, the water does the work. The old wisdom flowing cold and clear, the little house that time forgot to rush. 2018, a second still house across the stream. Twin houses facing mirrored in the water. The smallest spirit still 1-800 liters. Outdoor worm tubs cooling the old way. Edradour, the little gem of the Highlands, a thick sweetness drifting by the stream. A dram worth a king's ransom, so they said, poured at the Potsdam table. History in the glass, around the world by ship, rocked by the waves. A whiskey that sailed the 7 seas to age. Bellichin, the smoky other face for Knowles at 50 ppm. Real sweetness, real smoke. 2 stories told from one small house. The gem and the ember side by side. 10 years in sherry, rich, oily raisins and cream. The deep sweet voice of the little cast strength, a powerful gem spice and chocolate. A pocket full of happiness in every sip. Edradour, the little gem of the Highlands, a thick sweetness drifting by the stream. Cream and sherry, dried fruits in the light, a treasure sparkling small inside the glass. Edradour, the traveling jewel, small and deep, where the twin houses stand, the casks breathe tonight. Whisky Cat worldwide keeps the story turning, the tale of Edradour forever. The spirit lives on. Whisky Cat worldwide. Blair Athol, say it Blair Athol. Standing proud in Pitlochry, the resort town. A stone-built house with the north in its eyes. 1798. The gatekeeper takes his post. Yeah. Name for Blair Castle, the Duke of Athol's seat. The only noble in Britain allowed his own army. A castle where a crown prince once stayed. The young Shawa emperor walked those halls. Blair Athol, the gateway to the north. Mounty and stately, a spice-laden tune. An otter swims the waters of Benvrackie. The castle's shadow resting in the glass. A spring on Benvrackie, a burn cold outdoor. The same clear source as the neighbor next door. A semi-lauter mash tun, 8 tons and a bit. 6 stainless washbacks standing in line. 4 sturdy straight head stills, broad-shouldered copper common strong. 30 distilleries once, only 3 remain. Blair Athol, Edradour, Aberfeldy, the survivors. Blair Athol, the gateway to the north. Mounty and stately, a spice-laden tune. '33, bells found the value here, 99% flowing into the blend. The backbone of bells never on the front page, the pride of the one who carries from the shadows. 1902, Soseki walked this town, a writer resting from his London days. 100 years later, the dram connects us still. Japan and the Highlands quietly entwined. Flora and fauna, the 12 with the otter, nuts and spice, the sherry raisins, deep, full-bodied and stately, made for the night. The true weight of a gatekeeper's dram. Blair Athol, the gateway to the north, melty and stately, spice laden tune. An otter swims the waters of Ben-Raki, the castle's shadow resting in the glass. Blair Athol, the stately gatekeeper of the Highlands, where the Edradour flows, the barley breathes today. Whisky Cat worldwide keeps the story turning, the tale of Blair Athol forever. The spirit lives on.